From LALATE News headquarters in Santa Monica, this is Mornings LALATE.
It's a big morning of Mornings LA with incredible great news across the board on your fourth stimulus check update of 2021. I have all the incredible great news this early mornings. Fourth stimulus checks are the monthly stimulus checks that come in your bank account starting in the month of July. The fourth stimulus check update of today, 2021, reveals the comparison between the Senate plan and the House plan. But the finish line is in front of us, and the two-step, two-month process is already underway. I have all the incredible great news from Wall Street to Main Street across the board. Then we'll be cutting to fifth stimulus, that incredible change of a lifetime. They'll raise your benefits up to a big new number. That is for you, SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, and more. And guess what? Today's a great day because money's landing in your bank account today. Yes, money from the federal government, money from the states. I have all the incredible great news. Who's getting this money, where you're getting it, all the great incredible details across the board. It's a big early mornings broadcast. I'm excited you're here. Let's get to the details starting right now, starting right this minute, and starting this very second as Early Mornings LA starts now. Direct to you and with the incredible great news about your fourth stimulus check update of 2021. In this recording, I go over your fourth stimulus check update. The big money, how you're going to get it, when you're going to get it, incredible great news. This is a monthly stimulus check. The biggest payment you ever got in the history of this channel starting the month of July. We'll be comparing the House versus Senate plan. We'll go over the breaking news overnight, what the president said, what's going on today, and what will be unfolding over the next 2 months, two-step and two-bit process, two-bill process. Is incredible great news. Then in the second half of this recording, stay to the very end, I'll be going over the fifth stimulus, the incredible change for benefits across the board that'll change your life. In the middle of this recording, we'll go over the big money coming back from the states and kind of the government right this week, right today. You need to get ready to get this money because I'm really excited for you. This is a 30-minute mega dose recording. So get a pen and paper ready because I'm going to have a lot of money for you. Stay to the very end. A lot of stuff in this recording, but let's start first by subscribing. I don't want you to miss a single video across the board. This is LALATE, the only 24 hours a day, 7 days a week financial news channel with programming around the clock. Mornings live, afternoons taped, and around the clock 24 hours of programming. Incredible family. I want you part of it. Subscribe right now. Also, like this video, and if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Calcino VIP. The link's at the top of the chat and in the pinned comment. And without a delay, let's get right into fourth stimulus right now. It's a monthly stimulus package that will start in the month of July and start to pay you month after month thereafter. And while both plans provide stimulus checks, the House versus Senate plans are slightly different. Let's compare them across the board. They mirror each other in eligibility. You get this stimulus check if you make less than $75,000? You do. $150,000 married couple? You get it. Household 4 or less? You get it. And if you're on SSI or SSDI? You get it. So let's go over the two plans. If you're in the live chat right now, watching direct from Los Angeles at 4 o'clock in the morning, or on the East Coast, 7 o'clock live, then jump into the live chat and say Senate or House, but don't vote yet. Let's go over the provisions. First, the House members provide a stimulus check for every month for the remainder of the pandemic, plus 12 months. So let's say the pandemic has 5 more months, you would get 17 months of stimulus checks. The Senate plan only provides 6 months of stimulus checks. But don't cast your vote yet for House or Senate. You need to look at the monthly stimulus checks. The House members, the amount is $1,000 per month after the first month of $2,000. And while the Senate amount is unknown, word on the streets the Senate amount is this. Wow, wow, wow. $2,000 a month over 6 months, $12,000. Or $1,400 a month over 6 months, $8,400. Just look at that amount of money. This is a single individual. This is per person. This is you. This is if you're on SSI or SSDI. This is you. So now let's vote. Senate or House. If you're on the live chat, Senate or House. And if you're watching the show taped, drop in the comments, Senate or House. Which one do you prefer? If we're looking at a 16-month window, for example, you would get 16 months of checks, but it would take you 16 months to get $16,000, whereas the Senate plan would provide you $12,000 potentially in just 6 months. Slightly different, but let's go over all the incredible other details you're probably wondering right now, and I got the answers for you. When? Ultimately, I'm a reporter. I'm reporting the news. I'm not a legislator. I'm not writing the laws. I'm not voting on it. But they represent that they would have the vote done in the month of July. For the month of July, a stimulus check going out in the month of July. Amen. You need it. You deserve it. So this would be a stimulus check starting in the month of July for the month of July, in the month of August for the month of August. There would be no waves of stimulus checks. They can't do waves of stimulus checks because the checks are monthly bases. Incredible, great news. How would you get the stimulus check? You would get it in a single deposit each month, or in a single mail check. Likely a deposit account or deposit card is the instrument they would likely use. Fastest, quickest, and cheapest way to get it. Then would be taken out for child support. We don't know this question yet. Is it income? No. Is it taxable? No. It is not income and it is not taxable. And again, once again, who gets it? You do. If you make less than $75,000, you do. If married couple, $150,000 or less, you do. Double the check. Household four or less, you do. Quadruple the check. And yes, if you're on SSI or SSDI, Social Security or railroad benefits, you get the check. Later in this recording, I have more about forced stimulus and why there was incredible great news across the board yesterday and Friday and Monday. And there will be more good news today about forced stimulus. Coming up later in this recording, stay with me. I got more about the breaking news on the forced stimulus monthly stimulus check. But let me cut for a second to give you a preview of what's coming up in the second half of this recording. Fifth stimulus is this September. And guess what? Fifth stimulus mirrors fourth stimulus. It is the same procedural process. It is a reconciliation, a two-bill, two-month, two-step process. And that reconciliation process would provide you the incredible relief that you need. It's called the SSI reform, but it's far more than just SSI. Who's it for? It's for you. If you are on SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, veterans benefits, Social Security, or survivor benefits, this is you. And how much, when are you going to get it? How is it going to work? What are going to be the new benchmarks? How much money? And what about that income exclusion, the marriage penalty? I got so much great news. It's coming up in the second half of this recording. But now, let's cut to the big moolah landing today, landing the rest of this week, landing next week. Get a pen and paper out because over the next 4 minutes of this video, I have so much money to go over with you. And it is just incredible. If you're watching this show taped, when it airs, don't worry. If I'm going too fast, you can replay it and pull the toggle switch at the bottom of the screen to write down the information. You're going to have a lot of information over the next 30 minutes, but the next 5 minutes is jam-packed. And I want you to get all this information down right across the board. All right, item number one is there is $350 billion landing in cities, counties, and states this week, last week, and next week, and it's for you. When this channel was covering second stimulus in January of this year, I told you when second and third stimulus starts to go out, third stimulus will give you a $14 stimulus check, but the biggest payout will be upwards of $15,000 a person. Guess what? It's now landing. This is for you. If you make less than $75,000, this is you. And what is it? It's 4 items. It is rent, utilities, mortgage assistance, utilities, and also SNAP. What's incredible great news is that this is a fortune of money, and it's for you if you make less than $75,000 a year. Let's go over each of the items one at a time. First, money for rent. This is huge. I'm really excited for you. This is third stimulus. It is about $5,000. It is 4 to 6 months of rent. This is if you're on SSI or SSDI or make less than $75,000. Where do you get it? I hope you have that pen and paper ready because here we go. 6 places. City Hall, City Housing Authority. County Hall, County Housing Authority. State Hall, State Housing Authority. Let's go over that again. City Hall, City Housing Authority. State Hall, State Housing Authority. And County Housing Authority. You're asking for rent because of COVID. Biden's third stimulus or the American Economic Recovery Act. Incredible great news. The money from the federal government is landing this week, last week, and next week. And guess what? I've been telling you that for several days. And the Department of Treasury's Undersecretary to confirm the information this week. Incredible great news. Incredible great news. Let's go to the next item. Mortgage assistance and homeowners assistance, homeowners utilities. Go get it. Go get it. It is the same amount of money. And finally, SNAP. SNAP is incredible. What is it? It is money for your food. And now a family of 4 out of Hawaii will get upwards of $16,000 over 1 year. Can you imagine? $16,000? How do you get this? Reach out to 211. Ask for Department of Agriculture or call Department of Agriculture directly. Get on SNAP. This is money for your food. And because of 2 executive orders, it is now increased 15% over 1 year. The Trump executive orders for 6 months and the Biden executive order now increased for 15% for 1 year. All right, if throughout this recording, throughout the last few days, and coming up over the next few days, you're going to hear a term I use on this channel, new term, called tough love. Tough love refers to items you have to get now, not later, not 5 months from now, not 5 weeks from now, because guess what? It will be gone. And if you don't get it now, you can't get it later. So tough love number one is what we just covered, rent, utilities, and food. Here's what you need to know. This is a tough love moment. There will be no rent, utilities, food, mortgage forbearance or eviction moratorium in the forced stimulus package. In July, you will no longer get this money, and you will no longer have an eviction protection or a mortgage forbearance protection. It's going away. They're expired in September, and they're not bringing it back on a forced stimulus. So you need to get this money right now. Moreover, what was Purple Power's original creation for? Because I was telling people to get money as a hawk before anyone else, because there'll be what I also called a stimulus stampede. There would be all these people trying to get the same money at the same time. Well, guess what? Stimulus stampede is starting. Stimulus stampede for this rent is starting, and you as a Purple Hawk, need to get this money right now, because first come, first serve. And there won't be any more rent for utilities and food and mortgage assistance after that. Food will continue, but rent and utilities, this is the last ride at the rodeo. All right, let's go to the next incredible great news. And this one's an automatic. You don't have to do anything, so if you love a donut, this is going to be your moment. The next item of business is the money coming back from the states. The federal government, under Marty Walsh, Department of Labor, former mayor of Boston, has ordered states to return thousands of dollars back to you. What is this? What is this? Well, if you had received unemployment benefits at any time and the state sent you extra money because of computer misfeasance at the state level, not your fault, and they ordered you to return the money and you returned it, Walsh's department says that was an error. They should not have ordered you to return the money. It is yours, and you need to have that money sent back to you. Oh, yes, you heard that right. So thousands of dollars per person are being returned from states who asked you to return malfeasance or computer error money back to them. Department of Labor has ordered it now to be returned to you. It's going to be coming directly to you, however you have set up your account with the Department of Unemployment in your state starting now. Incredible great news. Nothing you need to do, automatic. All right, I got another automatic money, and we love automatic money where you don't have to do anything. Another donut moment. Here we go. Money coming back to you, this time from IRS, from the federal government. Where should you look? The mailbox. It's going to be a beige check or a white envelope. Inside of it, it's going to be a beige check. Department of Treasury or Internal Revenue Service refund 2020 tax return. Here we go. Only time you don't get it is if you have it on a direct deposit on your 2020 return. What are you getting? This is money that will be coming back to you today. Can you imagine? Today and this week for my single filers who paid taxes on their first $10,200 of unemployment to the federal government. The federal government is returning that money this week to those single tax filers. To the joint filers, the married couple, coming in the end of this month. Incredible great news. So what's going on? Let's say you had a $9,000 of unemployment assistance in 2020. You had a total tax bill in your 2020 return of $5,000, of which $4,000 was your tax burden for that unemployment assistance you paid to the federal government. The federal government will be returning $4,000 of taxes you paid to them for that unemployment assistance. Incredible great news. It's landing in bank accounts, mailboxes this week, today. Another donut moment. You don't have to do anything. But now, guess what? We got some tough love moments. We got those tough love moments, and they're starting right now. Not one, but four of them. The first one is really fascinating. What we're going to right now, and you got to focus with me right now, and I think I've done a pretty good job over the last few days, but I'm not letting up. I'm not letting up because I think that there's ultimately going to be some people that are going to be confused by the situation. If you don't have to file tax returns because you don't make enough money, or you're on SSI or SSDI, that's fine. You don't have to file tax return. But what I'm about to go over is where you do have to file a tax return. Otherwise, you're not getting the money. Otherwise, you're not getting the money. Now, here's what you need to know, is that there's three situations to start and one big fix-up at the last. So let's go over each of them one at a time. Tough love moment number one. You never file a tax return. You never file a tax return, and you're waiting for that money for the children. What's this money for the children? $3,600 for the child 5 to newborn, or $3,000 for that child 17 to 6. Let's say you have 3 children under the age of 5. That's almost $10,000. Are you going to get the money? Let's go over the details. First, you have to make less than $75,000. Second, the IRS needs to know you have the child. Well, there are 3 scenarios I've identified where you need to file that return. First, you never file a return. Does the IRS know that child exists? If they do not know the child exists, then you need to file the return. Otherwise, you're not going to get $10,000. Otherwise, you're not going to get that $10,000. File that return, and in the filing that return is due within days. Otherwise, you're not getting that $10,000 for those 3 children. Number 2, you do file tax returns, but you haven't listed that child. Why? Maybe the child was on someone else's tax return before. Maybe the child was newborn. You need to file this tax return. You need to list that child, because if you have 3 children under the age of 5, that's $10,000. You're going to be missing out on $10,000. And finally, the third category, which is the rare situation, which is an individual who made a lot of money in 2019. That is the final tax return they have filed. IRS is looking at that and say, oh, 2019, you make too much money. You're not getting this money for those 3 kids under 5, $10,000. You're not going to get that. Well, guess what? If you had a very poor year in 2020 where you didn't make a lot of money and you're now eligible for this $10,000 for those 3 kids, well, you better file that tax return, because IRS won't know that was your income pull-in in 2020 until they actually see that tax return. There you go. Incredible, great news across the board. Now, here is what you need to know, is that every tax preparer needs to do it right. And that ultimately, I'm not a tax preparer. I can't get tax advice. And if you go to a tax preparer and you are unhappy with their advice to you, go to another tax preparer. Moreover, if you've received stimulus checks for all those children, and you're still comfortable on winging it to get the $10,000 on not filing a tax return, which could take all of 10 minutes, then wing it. But I'm suggesting to you, not wing it. If it takes you 10 minutes to file a 2020 tax return with those 3 kids that would get $10,000, why would you not spend 10 minutes to get that 2020 tax return on file? Why would you risk it? People talk about being risky on cryptocurrency. This is risky, especially if you have 3 kids and it's $10,000. Spend the extra 10 minutes to get that 2020 tax return on file. All right, now the big tough love moment. Oh boy. It is where you've listened to this video and you say, boy, I think I have 3 or 4 things I got to do. And I'm missing stimulus checks. I'm missing a stimulus check for the first, or for the second, or for the third stimulus check, or someone else is a household member on my return. Might be my daughter got hers, but not my son. Well, now you need to make that list of items and give it to the tax preparer and say, hey, tax preparer, here are the list of items I got to do. I got to fix something with the IRS about my unemployment that I paid. I got to list that child, and I'm missing a stimulus check. You got to do it. Now, here is the tough love moment. This is the very big tough love moment. These items are due now. They're due in just a few days. That 2020 tax return is due just a few days from now. And if you're watching this video, you are been blessed because you are now informed of the situation. But can you imagine what's going to happen in the month of July? I already know what's going to happen. There are going to be people who could come over here from another YouTuber channel who's told them, just sit back and get their money in the month of July. It doesn't come in the month of July. Then they come over to me here in this channel and they're going to ask you as the viewer, where's their check for their child? And you're going to say, have you been watching LALATE since May? No, I haven't been watching them. I was watching that other YouTuber. Then they come in and say, where's my check? And you're going to ask them, did you file your 2020 tax return? No, the other YouTuber never mentioned that. What happens? It's too late. It's too late. It's too late to fix it. Now is the time to fix all these items. If you don't fix them, you're not getting paid in July. You're not getting those missing stimulus checks. You're not getting that unemployment benefits back from the government. And guess what? I'm so happy you hear this information now. And that's why I'm doing tough love, because I want to make sure you get this money on file. Ultimately, don't avoid tough love. There have been really great comments from viewers, but ultimately don't avoid tough love. Don't, and I trust me, I've seen the messages. There have been some people say, I called up IRS and said, hi, I have a beautiful new daughter just born. They don't want to hear that. They want to see the tax return for the daughter. They don't want to hear you have a beautiful daughter. They don't want to see pictures or postcards. I tweeted IRS, change your policies. No, they don't want to see your tweets. Push Purple Power. Posts on Facebook, IRS, change your policies. No, they want to see your tax returns. They don't want to hear about Purple Power. They want to see the tax return. So there I go out of focus. So that is what you need to know. The tough love moment is right now. But guess what? The incredible and great news about forced stimulus is really heating up, and I have a lot more coming up in the second half of this recording. I'll be going over the big money of forced stimulus. You get it if you make less than $75,000, if you're a household 4 or less, if you're on SSI and SSDI. It's the biggest payout we've ever seen in the history of this channel, and after the commercial break, I'll have more about this, but we'll also be covering fifth stimulus and the incredible economic data and the big twists and turns of what happened on Wall Street. We'll have all those big money items coming up after the commercial break. Be back with you in 60 seconds. Don't go anywhere. Big updates coming up. If you want money right now, not 5 days from now, and not 5 weeks from now, then reach out to the community page. The volunteers can help you find that money for rent and utilities.
That's at news.lalate.com/community. The community page features a series of volunteers who are viewers like you. They can help you find rent, utilities, SNAP, food benefits, mortgage assistance, and help you with eviction moratorium questions as well. Their Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram individuals reach out to them and indicate the city and state you're from, and they'll get back to you shortly. That's a community page. Volunteers working for you, viewers helping one another. Stay with LA for more. Join LALATE Daily for the excitement of the new LALATE live daily. The excitement starts on Mornings LALATE at 9 a.m. Home LALATE returns at 11 a.m. daily. And then afternoons LALATE at 1 p.m. Join us daily as the excitement continues live from Santa Monica on LALATE.
And the excitements continue right now on Early Mornings LA with big updates about your fourth stimulus check update of 2021 in this recording. And then we cut over to fifth stimulus with big updates as well. I'm really excited for you. The toast is toasted. The butter is buttering. I'm here, you're here, and this is LALATE, the only 24 hours a day, 7 days a week financial news channel on fire, exploding over the last few days. You feel the heat, I feel the heat. Crypto in the morning, crypto in the afternoon, and live shows in the morning, tape shows in the afternoon, and around the clock, 24 hours a day, broadcasting as well. It's incredible, great news, and I want you to subscribe to this channel, so hit that subscribe button. Let's do it. We're 1 year old in just a few days, 400,000 subscribers. No one has ever done this. Also, like this video, and if you've not become a member, consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Casino VIP. Let's get to the details right now. Fourth stimulus got an incredible push from who else but the President of the United States, and it was buried in the news cycle. Let's go over that incredible details. Fourth stimulus is the biggest payout you ever see in this history of this channel, whether it's the Senate plan or the House plan, whether it's $2,000 a month over 6 months, $12,000, or $1,400 a month over 6 months, $8,400. Word on the street is those is what the senators want to give you. But guess what? The president wants to make a deal. The president, in a buried news conference, in a buried series of statements, has said the most important words you want to hear: corporate tax rate. He has made an agreement to drop his position about the corporate tax rate to get the deal done. Wow, this is incredible, great news. The president said, I want the deal to be done. I'll drop the corporate tax rate. What's at issue? The current corporate tax rate is 21%. The president had proposed 28%, sometimes talking about 29%, talking about world leaders and everything else under the sky. Moderate said, I don't care about world leaders. I want the corporate tax rate somewhere around 25. He said, deal. Deal, we got it done. This is incredible, great news. 2-bill, 2-month, 2-step process. We going to the finish line. Amen. Very exciting, great news. What was incredible, great news yesterday, and we're expected to see much of the same today, is that the president has remained on message amidst a lot of violence and civil unrest in the Middle East, in Gaza and Israel, problems with the pipeline in the Northeast and gas prices, a lot of other issues across the board. The president remain on message, remain on board. Fourth stimulus, get it out the door. His rallying cry, last Friday's numbers. I had told you it was going to be a big rallying cry, and still to this day. Yesterday, he had press conference. Friday, he had 3 press conferences. He continues to roll out the same message. Get it done. This is huge news. This is the President of the United States, the man with the biggest megaphone, the guy who's speaking to only one group, his Democratic leadership. He's telling them, get it done, get it done. It's a 2-step, 2-bill process, and that 2-step, 2-bill, 2-month process is already underway in those subcommittees to go through reconciliation. He's only speaking to those Democrats, and guess what he's also saying? Get the fifth stimulus done as well. Let's cut to the incredible great news about fifth stimulus starting right now. So that fifth stimulus package has an add-on, just like the fourth stimulus has the add-on of stimulus checks, and that add-on is SSI reform. Let's go over broadly what it is. Increase your benefit limits, adding an asset limit that's new higher, adding an inflationary benchmark, removing the income exclusion, and removing the marriage penalty. And yes, this is a Democrat add-on from those legislators on top of the fifth stimulus, which, as a member, you already have the provisions. What else is in the fifth stimulus? But let me go over this incredible reform. All right, who is this for? It's for you, as I said at the top of the recording. Incredible great news. That's why I gave you a preview. SSI, SSDI, Social Security, railroad benefits, veterans benefits, survivor benefits. It's for you. Wow, this is incredible great news. It's life-changing. This is what they represent. Remember, I'm a reporter. I'm just reporting what they say. I'm not your legislator. I'm not writing the laws. So they're going to raise your benefits up to a big new number. That is going to be a big new number going forward, and you're never going to see that old number anymore. Then they're going to tie you to inflation. Yesterday, the St. Louis federal chair came out, federal chair head out of the St. Louis division said, I think the inflationary rate is going to be 2.5% this year. Wall Street was shocked. They were thinking maybe it's 2%. Interesting. I've been telling you it's 2 to 3. I've been telling you it's 2 to 4 over the next 3 years. Great news, because guess what? In SSI reform, they're tying your benefits to inflation. So as milk and eggs goes up, as gasoline and clothing goes up, so too does inflation goes up, and so too will your benefits. Then they're going to remove the asset cap, dating back to a 1980s law that says you can't keep assets on hand and stay on benefits for some of you, no more than $3,000 a person. They're getting rid of that. Then they're going to get rid of a 1960s law, gone, that says you can't work and stay on benefits. It's going to be gone. So if you want to bring home $1,000, $2,000, $3,000 maybe per month, they're going to allow you to do it and stay on benefits. This is incredible great news. You don't have to work, but if you want to work, wow. And finally, the big game changer for a lot of people. It'll change their lives. It change their relationships. Change a lot of things about their lives. What is this? It's the marriage penalty. It has a financial issue, but it also has a sociological issue. You haven't been able to marry because you're worried about a financial marriage penalty. And guess what? It's going to be gone. So if you are married and you've been suffering the marriage penalty, it will go away. And if you've never married the love of your life because of a horrible, antiquated old law, it will be going away. We have one viewer who mentions it on all the chats, says she's very excited for this marriage penalty to go away. God bless her. Let's go and let's get this done. So this is fifth stimulus. When is it going to happen? How are they going to do this? When is it going to go? 2-step, 2-bill, 2-month process. Start in September and finish around November, which see the benefits in your account, and away we go. So now let's go back to forced stimulus and circle back to why forced stimulus has two approaches. You've seen the House approach. You've seen the Senate approach. Why are they so different, and why do some viewers like one versus the other? Drop in the comments right now. Senate or House? Senate or House? Which one do you like? Senate or House? So here's why it's different. The House plan proposes to keep you on benefits for a very long duration because they want to send out more months of stimulus checks over time. And that ultimately, if there's several months of checks still out, if there's several months of this pandemic remaining, then they want those stimulus checks to continue for the remainder of the pandemic plus 1 year. The concept is smaller checks, longer period of time. The Senate plan, on the other hand, is focused on getting you up to date and getting you back to normal, or as close back to normal as fast as possible. The concept of the Senate plan, bigger infusion, faster, short term, as compared to the House plan, smaller amount, long term, across the board. Which one do you prefer? Viewers have asked me, could they undo the House plan because it seems sort of long? And the comment is basically focused on the midterm elections. No, at the moment, the time horizon does not provide enough time to come in and do it fall of next year because the stimulus checks would likely have run by the end of that time. So no, there is no likelihood to unravel the House stimulus checks. Ultimately, some viewers like both. House plan or Senate plan, which one did you vote? I love your comments across the board. Meantime, what happened yesterday? And what happened with Wall Street? Why was Wall Street down so severely? What's going on with crypto, and why was that impacted across the board? And what was the president's comments, and how did they impact unemployment benefits? Here's what you need to know. I've been telling you since yesterday, and it's now unfolding even more than then, that there was a clear messaging that came out from last Friday's number that impacts one part of the stimulus universe. That part of the stimulus universe is what's called unemployment stimulus. The other part of the stimulus universe, which I've been covering in this video, is stimulus check stimulus. Friday's number was no impact negatively upon stimulus checks. Everyone understood, rather, last Friday's number hurts the argument for Unemployment stimulus. What's unemployment stimulus? FPUC. I've been telling you over the last few days, I've been telling you over the last week, that if you live in a state in which your governor is a Republican, that expect FPUC to be canceled far in advance of September. People started tweeting me yesterday afternoon saying, guess what? My state, they're going to stop it. They're going to stop it here. They're going to stop it there. That is a result of last Friday's number. That negativity of that number towards FPUC is very apparent. That negativity is not there for stimulus checks. Thank goodness. The messaging is very clear that stimulus checks is a whole different type of stimulus operation and has nothing to do with the unemployment stimulus. And with that, I hope to see you in just a little few hours. I'm back with you on Mornings LA today. It's at 9 o'clock on the West Coast. And then we go into noontime LA, 2 major shows. I want to see you on both of them. You've been tuning in record numbers on all these shows. Mornings LA to noontime has been on fire, but get them through the roof. Share these videos. Drop them on Facebook. Share them and tag them on Twitter. Tell people to come on over. I don't want you to miss any money across the board. You saw how in a 30-minute video, I had jam-packed coverage. Let's recap. We started with 4 stimulus checks. Those monthly stimulus checks will go out in the month of July, continuing to at least December. Biggest payout you've ever seen in the History's channel. 2-bill, 2-month, 2-step process starting now. Then in the late half of this recording, we went over fifth stimulus that provides SSI and SSDI reform. And if you remember this channel, you have the PDFs of what else is in the fifth stimulus that I couldn't cover in this recording. And then the middle, you had all that big money. Some of it's application-based, tough love moment. Some of it is automatic, donut moment. You don't have to do anything. Ultimately, I want you to know and be informed and educated. Get the money that's yours before it's too late. Stay informed, stay focused, keep on smiling, have a beautiful morning. Make sure you subscribe. This is LALATE. I don't want you to miss a single video across the board. Also, like this video. 3,000 likes. Let's do it. And consider becoming a member. Purple Hawk, Purple Power, or Casino VIP. Stay informed, stay focused. Have a beautiful morning. The toast is toasted, the butter is buttering. I'm here, you're here, and I'll be back on Mornings LA.